All right. Hey there, everybody, and welcome back for another deep dive with us. Today, we are going to be laser focused on something that could really be a game changer for you, especially if you've got that travel bug. You know what I mean? Like you're always thinking about travel, and you're like, man, I wish there was a way I could, turn this into something more.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're someone who wants to get informed quickly, thoroughly. So we've done a deep dive into the travel agent prep school. They have a lot of their own materials available online, the curriculum, lesson plans, all that good stuff. And we've gone through it to try to give you the inside scoop on why joining today could be like one of the best moves you make.
Seriously, think about it. It's that dream, right? Having the flexibility of working on your own terms, the excitement of helping others plan amazing trips. If that sounds familiar, but you're like, I don't even know where to begin. Well, then this is the deep dive for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just jump right in. We're going to be looking at Module 1. Welcome to your new journey.
Oh, yeah, Module 1. I love that.
It's all about getting your head in the right place, like right out of the gate.
Yeah, mindset is so important when you're starting something new, right? And they totally get that at the travel agent prep school. The first thing they hit you with is this idea of like, you need to shift your thinking. You got to be thinking like a business owner right away. This isn't some hobby. It's a venture you're about to embark on, you know?
Totally. And you know what's really cool? It's not just about thinking differently. It's about taking action.
Oh, yeah, action. That's where the magic happens.
Right. So they have this super simple, but like incredibly powerful first step. You ready for this?
Hit me.
Write down your why.
Yeah.
Why are you becoming a travel agent? It might sound basic, but dude, when you actually sit down and you write it out, like what's really driving you? Whether it's that passion for travel, or maybe it's the flexibility, the lifestyle, or maybe you just want to build something for yourself. When you get that down on paper, it becomes real.
It's like a commitment, right?
It is. It's like you're making a promise to yourself, like I'm doing this. And you're much more likely to stick with it when things get tough.
Definitely. I know for me, anytime I actually write down my goals, it's like, it makes them so much more real and tangible. It's not just floating around in my head anymore. It's like, boom, it's on paper, it's happening.
Absolutely. And so after that little reflection, there's a quiz.
Oh, yeah, the quiz.
Don't worry, it's not like a high pressure exam or anything. It's more like it's designed to help you absorb what this new role is all about. You know, like really get into the nitty gritty of what being a travel agent actually means and make sure your motivations are like rock solid. It's all about making sure you understand what you're getting into and why it matters to you.
Right, because it's got to be a good fit, right?
Yeah.
It's got to align with who you are and what you're passionate about. Otherwise, it's just not going to work long term.
Totally. And then they move into this really important topic, which is building a support network. It's like they know that going into something new can feel a little lonely, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. That feeling of being on an island, like, am I the only one going through this? But the prep school is like, nope. You don't have to do this alone.
Yeah, they're like, we got you. And they strongly encourage you to actually go out there and find a community, like a travel agent community or even a Facebook group.
I love that. It's so important to surround yourself with people who get it, you know, people who are on the same journey as you. It's like having a built-in cheerleading squad. Plus, you get access to all this incredible knowledge and experience from people who are actually out there doing the thing.
And think about it. Learning from those who have been there and done that is priceless, right? You get those tips and tricks, the real-world insights that you wouldn't get just from reading a textbook. Plus, let's be honest, seeing others succeed can be incredibly motivating.
It's like that social proof, right? When you see other people achieving their goals, it's like, okay, if they could do it, I could do it too. It gives you that extra push to keep going when things get tough.
It's huge. And then they circle back, which I think is really smart, to that whole idea of defining your why. Like they really want you to get that down, like crystal clear in your mind.
Because it's your anchor, right? It's that core motivation that keeps you focused and on track.
Yeah.
Especially when you hit those inevitable bumps in the road.
Exactly. And they're not messing around. They're like, write it down and keep it visible. Like put it on your computer, stick it on your bathroom mirror, wherever you're going to see it every day.
Make it a part of your daily routine.
Yeah.
It's like a little reminder to yourself. This is why I'm doing this. This is what I'm working towards.
It's powerful stuff. Okay, so now let's move on to Module 2. This one is called Building Your Confidence.
Confidence. The key ingredient to success in pretty much anything you do.
Seriously, and let's be real, confidence can be a big hurdle when you're starting something new, especially something like this where you're putting yourself out there, talking to potential clients, and, potentially facing rejection.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's totally normal to feel a little shaky at first, but the good news is the The prep school acknowledges that right up front. They're like, hey, self-doubt is a normal part of the process. Don't beat yourself up about it.
They get it, which is really reassuring, right?
It is. And what I love is that they don't just give you a pep talk and say, believe in yourself. They give you actionable steps to tackle those doubts head on.
Exactly. So what's the first step?
Okay, so they say, first, identify the area where you're feeling that self-doubt creep in. Like, get specific. Is it talking to potential clients on the phone? Is it closing deals? Whatever it is, pinpoint it.
Okay, got it. Pinpoint the doubt. Then what?
Then figure out one small, manageable action you can take to address it. Like if you're scared of phone calls, maybe practice a script with a friend. If closing deals freaks you out, maybe listen to some podcasts or read some books on sales techniques.
That's great advice. And it's all about taking action, right? Not just dwelling on those doubts.
Exactly. And they also touch on the power of positive self-talk and focusing on progress, even the small wins.
That's so important. It's easy to get caught up in what we're not doing or where we want to be, but celebrating those small victories along the way can make a huge difference in how we feel about ourselves and our progress.
It's like that saying, success is a journey, not a destination. You've got to enjoy the ride and acknowledge those milestones along the way.
Yeah, and it's not just about feeling good, it's about building momentum. Those little wins can give you the energy and motivation to keep pushing forward.
Okay, so after tackling those self-doubt gremlins, the prep school moves on to the active process of building confidence.
Okay, how do we do that?
Well, they emphasize that confidence is like a muscle. You have to exercise it to make it stronger. And one of the best ways to do that is through practice, through those small wins.
So more action, less thinking, right?
Pretty much. And they have this great exercise they suggest, role-playing client conversation.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a safe space to practice your communication skills, try out different scenarios, and just get comfortable with the whole client interaction thing before you're actually in the hot seat.
Yeah, because doing it in real life can be nerve-wracking, especially when you're starting out.
Totally.
Yeah.
But by practicing beforehand, you can kind of take the edge off and go into those real client interactions feeling more prepared and confident.
I love that. It's like, okay, I've done this before, I can do it again.
Exactly. And then they move on to a topic that can be a little scary for some people. Sales.
Sales, the dreaded S word.
Right. But the prep school's like, hold on, don't freak out. We're going to break this down in a way that makes sense and feels good.
Okay, tell me more.
They call it the basics of sales without the pressure. And I think that's such a brilliant way to frame it because it takes away that icky feeling that some people have about sales.
It does. It's like they're acknowledging that sales can be a little intimidating, especially for people who are new to it.
For sure. And they reframe it in a way that feels more authentic and aligned with the whole travel agent vibe. They emphasize that sales, at its core, is about helping people. It's about listening to their needs, understanding their desires, and then finding solutions that make them happy.
It's about creating those dream vacations, those unforgettable experiences.
Exactly. And they really hammer home the importance of listening. Like, really listen to your clients before you even start thinking about selling them anything.
That's so key. It's about building that connection, understanding their vision, their budget, their travel style.
Totally. And once you have that understanding, then you can start talking about solutions. And that's where the sales part comes in. But it's not about pushing products or services that don't fit. It's about finding the perfect match for your clients.
It's about being a trusted advisor, a travel expert who can help them navigate the sometimes overwhelming world of travel planning.
Exactly. And they even provide guidance on simple sales language and conversation starters, which could be so helpful for people who are like, okay, I get it, but what do I actually say to these people?
Yeah, because that initial contact can be awkward, right? You're
Yeah.
like, hey, so I'm a travel agent now, and I can totally plan your trip to like wherever you want to go.
It can be clunky for sure. But the prep school gives you the words. They're like, here, use these scripts, adapt them to your style, and just start talking to people.
It's all about taking that first step, right?
Exactly. And they have an action step tied to this.
Yeah.
Write and practice a client conversation. So again, it's about doing, about applying what you're learning.
Love it. Okay, so what's next in Module 2?
They dive deeper into sales language that feels natural. And this is where they really emphasize the importance of being authentic and friendly.
Which makes so much sense. People can spot a fake from a mile away.
Totally. And no one wants to feel like they're being sold to. It's all about building relationships, about connecting with people on a human level.
It's about being genuine and enthusiastic about what you're doing. People are drawn to that kind of energy.
Absolutely. And they have another action step here. Write and practice your sales introduction. That first impression is so crucial.
It really sets the tone for the entire relationship. You want to come across as confident, knowledgeable, and genuinely excited to be helping them plan their dream trip.
Okay, and last but not least, in Module 2, they address the elephant in the room, rejection.
Oh yeah, rejection, the part no one likes to talk about.
Right, but they're like, let's get real. Rejection is a part of life, especially in sales.
It's inevitable. You can't win them all.
Exactly. And they frame it in such a healthy way. They're like, look, rejection is normal. It's not a personal attack. And it can actually be a valuable learning opportunity.
I love that perspective. It's like, okay, this didn't work out, but what can I learn from it? How can I improve my approach for next time?
Totally. And they also touch on the importance of maintaining your confidence, even when you do get a no.
Which can be tough, right? Because rejection can definitely sting, especially when you're putting yourself out there.
It can, but they emphasize the importance of bouncing back, of remembering your why, and of focusing on the bigger picture.
It's about resilience, about not letting those setbacks derail you from your goals.
Exactly. And they have a proactive action step for this as well. Write down a positive and constructive way to handle rejection. So before you even face rejection, you have a plan in place for how you're going to respond.
That's so smart. It's like preparing yourself mentally and emotionally for those inevitable bumps in the road.
Exactly. Okay, so are you ready for Module 3?
Bring it on. What's Module 3 all about?
Module 3 is where the rubber meets the road. It's
Yeah.
called Getting Your First Client.
Yes, this is where all that preparation starts to pay off.
It is. And they start off with a really practical tip. Identify potential clients within your existing network.
Okay, so we're talking friends, family, acquaintances, social media connections.
Exactly. So like, start with the people you already know. They're your warmest leads. And they encourage you to actually create a list of at least 5 potential clients from your network.
I love that. It's such a simple but effective way to get the ball rolling. It's like, okay, I need 5 people who might be interested in booking a trip with me.
It makes it feel less overwhelming, right?
Totally. And they highlight the different avenues within your network, not just your inner circle, but also your wider social media connections, any community groups you're involved in.
It's about recognizing the opportunities that are already around you. Like, you might be surprised by how many people in your network are actually looking for travel advice or assistance.
Yeah, you never know who's dreaming of their next getaway.
Okay, so once you've identified your potential clients, the prep school moves on to offering value to your clients.
This is about going beyond just booking flights and hotels, right?
Absolutely. It's about providing that extra level of service, that personalized touch that makes you stand out from the crowd. And they have an action step here. Write down 3 concrete ways you can offer value to your clients.
That's a good one. It forces you to really think about what makes you unique, what special skills or knowledge you bring to the table.
Totally. And they specifically mention things like handling client concerns with care, being super organized, and providing those little extras that make the travel experience truly memorable.
It's about going above and beyond, being that travel agent who people rave about to their friends and family.
Okay, and then they get into the nitty-gritty of reaching out and making the offer.
Which can be a little nerve-wracking, right? Especially for people who are new to sales.
It can be, but the prep school's like, don't worry, we got you. They provide guidance on how to initiate those conversations in a way that feels natural and not pushy.
Okay, tell me more.
They give you simple scripts you can adapt to your own style. Yeah. They're like, here, use these as a starting point, tweak them to fit your personality, and just start reaching out.
It's all about taking that first step, right? Even if it feels a little awkward at first.
Exactly. And of course, there's an action step. Reach out to at least 2 potential clients.
Small steps, big results.
Exactly. And then, once you've made that initial contact, it's on to closing the deal.
This is where you seal the deal, right?
It is. And the prep school breaks it down in a way that's clear and easy to follow. They explain how to recognize those signs that a client is ready to book, how to confidently ask for the sale without feeling pushy, and how to handle those last-minute objections that can sometimes pop up.
Because, let's face it, not every client is going to say yes right away.
Totally. But the prep school gives you the tools and techniques to navigate those situations smoothly and professionally. And the action step here is to practice closing the deal.
I love that. It's like they're saying, don't just read about it, do it. Get comfortable with the process.
Exactly. And finally, Module 3 wraps up with a focus on providing exceptional service.
This is about going beyond the transaction, right?
It is. It's about building those long-term relationships with your clients so they come back to you again and again and tell all their friends about you.
It's about turning those one-time clients into loyal fans.
Exactly. And they emphasize the importance of setting clear expectations, being organized, and following up with your clients after their trip to make sure they had a great experience.
That follow-up is so important. It shows that you care and that you're not just in it for the quick sale.
Totally. And the final action step in this module is to create a system for tracking your clients and following up with them, so you don't have to keep everything in your head.
It's about putting systems in place so you can run your business efficiently and effectively.
Okay, so that was a whirlwind tour of the Travel Agent Prep School. What do you think?
I'm impressed. It seems like they really cover all the bases,
Hmm.
from mindset to marketing to client management.
Yeah, it's a very comprehensive program. And it's specifically designed for people who are new to the industry, especially those who are starting part-time or who don't have a lot of sales experience.
Which is great because it can feel really overwhelming trying to figure all this stuff out on your own.
Absolutely. And it seems like they strike a really good balance between providing foundational knowledge and giving you those practical, actionable steps you can implement right away.
It's not just theory, it's about actually doing the work and building your business.
Right. And it seems like they really focus on building confidence, which is so crucial for success in this industry.
Totally. Because when you believe in yourself and your abilities, it shows, and people are more likely to trust you and want to work with you.
So if you're listening to this and you're still dreaming of becoming a travel agent, what's the key takeaway here?
I think it's that you don't have to do it alone. There are resources out there, like the Travel Agent Prep School, that can provide you with the guidance and support you need to make your dream a reality.
And that it's not as complicated as it might seem. They break it down into manageable steps so you can make progress, even if you only have a few hours a week to dedicate to your business.
And most importantly, you can do it. If you have the passion and the drive, you can build a successful travel business.
Absolutely. And what's really holding you back? Is it fear? Is it self-doubt? Is it just not knowing where to start?
Maybe it's time to take a leap of faith, invest in yourself, and start building the life you've always wanted.
Imagine the freedom and flexibility of running your own travel business, the joy of helping others create unforgettable memories, and the satisfaction of building something you're truly passionate about.
That could be your reality, so why not start today?
Take that first step, reach out to the Travel Agent Prep School, and see what's possible. You won't regret it.
And that is it for this deep dive, everybody. Until next time, happy travels.
Happy travel.